Hey, this is Chad Nelson, the CEO of the Surfrider Foundation. I'm here with the latest episode of The Current. This episode, we're going to dive into the plastic pollution problem, huge issue with our oceans. And I brought in Angela Howe, our legal director and resident plastic expert, to help me talk about this really important topic. So, Angela, maybe you can give me a little insight into how Surfrider sort of walked into this problem in the first place.
Absolutely. Well, like you said, it's one of the biggest problems facing our ocean. And I think our activists started to see that through our quintessential activity, the beach cleanup. So through beach cleanups, we saw that what we were picking up was abundantly plastic, that plastic didn't break down, that it was harming our oceans. We started to learn more and more about how it's killing animals, accumulating in the stomachs of birds, fish, and other wildlife, and killing them. They're washing up on shore, like whales with dozens of bags in their stomach. And we also have learned that plastic is not recycled. You think it's going to be recycled by putting it in the recycling bin, but it's recycled less than 10%. So what it ends up is in the landfills or in the litter stream and then into our ocean. It's getting into our ocean approximately 8 million tons per year. So Surfrider, instead of cleaning it up afterwards, we want to address it at the source and use less plastic and put less plastic into the system.
Another sort of terrifying stat is that we've learned is that, there's an estimate that there'll be more plastic than fish in the ocean by 2050. So we're taking the fish out, replacing it with plastic. Bad news.
Right, yeah, we want to start heading down the right direction using less plastic and saving more fish.
Yes. So Surfrider has a strategy. We have sort of a four-pronged strategy to eliminate plastic pollution in our oceans. One is outreach and education, educating people about the scale of the problem and things they can do as individuals to change their own behavior. Two, we're still out there doing beach cleanups. It does make some impact. We're picking up hundreds of thousands of pounds of trash, and we're learning about what we're finding on beaches to inform our policy. We're working with restaurants. We're ocean-friendly restaurants program to incentivize restaurants to get rid of single-use plastic. And last, but probably most importantly, we're passing laws and policies to eliminate the source, the use of these plastics. So we're doing it at the local level, state level, federal level. I can tell you a little bit about the local level, and then Angela, maybe you can dive into some state and federal stuff.
Sure.
So Surfrider, we're a grassroots organization. We've got local chapters around the country. So we're working in those local communities to ban foam, bags, straws, and try to get those out of the system. And we're doing that in hundreds of communities, but that only gets us so far. So we're trying to scale that up to the state where we can affect tens of millions of people. So maybe you can tell us a little bit about Surfrider's success at the state level.
Sure, yeah. In California, we had over 100 local bag bans before the state acted in 2014 to pass a statewide law. Similarly, in Oregon recently, in 2011, Portland was the first bag ban at the local level. And then almost 8 years later, the state does a bag ban after 17 different municipalities passed a bag ban. So we're seeing these good ideas happen at the local level. We're getting good information about how they work and how they're reducing litter in our environment. And the state legislators are taking notice, and they want to pass these at the state level.
It's awesome. So we have state bag bans in how many states? Just rattle them off.
I think there's 6 now.
Yeah.
So California, Oregon, Maine, and then Connecticut, Vermont, and New York.
Wow, that's awesome. So just in the last year or so, we've seen this sort of explosion of statewide bans. And then
in Hawaii was first.
Yeah, Hawaii did it county by county by county. And then what's happening with foam?
Sure, in foam, Maryland and Maine both passed a foam bill this year. And then Vermont's bag ban included foam as well. So they were more comprehensive.
Yeah, awesome. Transformational change. We're really starting to see it scale up from the local level up to states, and there's certainly more to come.
Absolutely. And even federal legislators are taking note of what's happening at the state level. So we actually are able to work with legislators by presenting good information to them about what's happening at the local and state level and how it's working. And we have 2 legislators this year that want to pass comprehensive legislation.
At the federal level?
At the federal level. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I think it's pretty clear. Big problem, all kinds of solutions out there. We encourage you to get involved with the Surfrider Foundation. You can find us at surfrider.org. You can learn about our chapters and what they're doing locally. You can sign restaurants up for ocean-friendly restaurants. You can learn about ways you can reduce your single-use footprint, plastic footprint, and you can always join the Surfrider Foundation. So thanks for joining us for this episode of The Current. And thank you, Angela.
Thanks.